Hello students, welcome back. We are doing estimation and approximation exercise 2C and questions 10 to 18. Page number 20. Question 10. A man has 1,57,184 rupees with him. He placed an order for purchasing 80 articles at 125 rupees each. How much money will remain with him after the purchase? So he had this much of money with him at the beginning and then he bought some things. Now we need to know how much money will remain with him after the purchase that he made. So let's begin our statements. So the first one, amount a man has. So this is the amount that the man has, 1,57,184. Now number of articles he purchased? He purchased 80 articles and we know the cost of each article. Cost of one article is 125 rupees. All this is given to us in the question. Now, cost of 80 articles is what we need to find because now we know the cost of one article which is given to us. To find the cost of 80 articles, we multiply 125 into 80. So that is rupees 125 into 80. So if we multiply this, we will know the cost of 80 articles. So let's multiply that. 125 into 80. So whenever you have numbers ending in 0, multiplication is easy. So ignore the 0 for now and multiply with 8 first. 8 5s are 40, carry 4. 8 2s are 16, plus 4 is 20, carry 2. 8 1s are 8, plus 2 is 10. Now let's add this 0. So what do we have here? 10,000. So 10,000 is the answer here. That means this is the cost of 80 articles. Cost of 80 articles is 10,000 rupees. So now we know how much he had in the beginning and we know the cost of 80 articles. That means he spent so much. Now we need to know how much will be left with him. So let's continue. Amount the man had. How much did he have with him in the beginning? He had rupees 1,57,184 rupees. This is how much he had with him at the beginning. Then, how much did he spend? Amount he spent is 10,000 rupees. We found that out, isn't it? So let's put it in the right places. 10,000 rupees is what he spent. Now, how much is the amount left with him? How do we find this? By subtracting. When we subtract these two, we will know the amount that is left with him. So now let's subtract and find out how much is left with him. So that is 4 and then we have 8, 1, 7, 5 minus 1 is 4 and 1. So the amount left with him is 1,47,184. Question 11. A student multiplied 8,035 by 87 instead of multiplying by 78. This happens, isn't it? By how much was his answer greater than or less than the correct answer? So first we're going to multiply 8,035 by 87 and then we'll multiply it by 78 and then we will answer these questions. So let's begin. The student's answer when multiplying 8,035 by 87 is how much? We're going to check that and see. So let's multiply 8,035 by 87 and see what we get. 7 5s are 35, carry 3. 7 3s are 21, plus 3 is 24. 7 zeros are 0, plus 2. 7 8s are 56. Second step, 8 5s are 40, carry 4. 8 3s are 24, plus 4 is 28, carry 2. 8 zeros are 0, so we put the 2. 8 8s are 64. Now we need to add up. So let's add this. 5, 4, 2 plus 8 is 10, carry 1. 6 plus 1 is 7, 8, 9. 5 plus 4 is 9, and then we have 6. So this is 6,99,045. So this is the student's answer when he multiplied it by 87. So let's write that 6,99,045. Now, correct answer is when you multiply 8,035 by 78. So let's try that. 8,035. This time you're going to multiply by 78. He was supposed to have multiplied by 78. Instead, he multiplied by 87. Let's do this. 8 fives are 40. Carry 4. 8 threes are 24. Plus 4 is 28. Carry 2. 8 zeros are 0. So you put the 2. 8 eights are 64. Second step, you multiply by 7. You start with a 0. 7 fives are 35. Carry 3. 7 threes are 21. Plus 3 is 24. Carry 2. 7 zeros are 0. So you put the 2. 7 eights are 56. So now let's add up these two and see what we get. Okay, so we have 0. Then 8 plus 5 is 13. Carry 1. 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 plus 4, 7. 4 plus 2, 6. 6 plus 6 is 12. Carry 1. 5 plus 1 is 6. So 6,26,730. So let's write that. 6,26,730 is the correct answer. So now let's read the question. By how much was his answer greater than or less than the correct answer? So this is the student's answer and this is the correct answer. So as you can see, the student's answer is greater, isn't it? And we have to find out by how much also. So let's do that. Okay, the student's answer. What was the student's answer? After multiplication, we got 6,99,045. So this was the student's answer. Now, what was the correct answer? The correct answer was 6,26,730. Now, from this, you can easily make out that the student's answer is greater than the correct answer. Here it is 6,99,000, whereas the correct answer is 6,26,000. So the student's answer is greater. Now, to find out by how much it is greater, we have to subtract these two numbers. So let's subtract and find the difference between these two numbers. 5 minus 0 is 5. 4 minus 3 is 1. Then here 0 minus 7 we can't do. Let's borrow. 10 minus 7 is 3. 8 minus 6 is 2. 9 minus 2 is 7 and 0. 72,315. So the student's answer is greater than the correct answer by 72,315. Question 12. Mohani has 30 meters of cloth and she wants to make some shirts for her son. If each shirt requires 2 meters, 30 centimeters cloth, how many shirts in all can be made? And how much length of cloth will be left? So the question says that Mohani has so much of cloth with her and she's going to make some shirts for her son. Now for one shirt you will need 2 meters 30 centimeters of cloth, but she has 30 meters totally, isn't it? Now we have to find out how many shirts can be made and there will be some cloth left, so we need to find out how much length of cloth will be left. So the first thing to do is write down what's given to us. Length of cloth Mohani has. It's given to us in the question that she has 30 meters of cloth. Now length of cloth needed for one shirt is 2 meters 30 centimeters. So now here the first thing that we can do is, if you look carefully, this is in meters and centimeters. We can convert it all to one unit. Let's make it all centimeters. So 30 meters, we're going to convert it to centimeters. In 1 meter, we have 100 centimeters. So 30 meters will be 30 into 100. And that will be 3 ones are 3, and then add the zeros 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 3000 centimeters. So this we have converted to 3000 centimeters. Now let's take up 2 meters and 30 centimeters and convert it. So we have 2 meters and 30 centimeters. So 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. So let's convert this 2 meters. 2 meters will be 200 centimeters. Now this is already in centimeters. So we simply have to add it. Okay. So 30 centimeters. 200 plus 30 is 230 centimeters. So we've got that 230 centimeters. So length of cloth needed for one shirt is 230 centimeters. So this is what has been given to us. Now with 230 centimeters of cloth, we can make one shirt, isn't it? We just found that out now. With 230 centimeters of cloth, we can make one shirt. That means with 3000 centimeters of cloth, this is what we have. How many shirts can we make? So for that, we should say one shirt by 230 centimeters, isn't it? Multiply this with 3000 centimeters. So now we have 1 by 230 into 3000. Now where did we get all this? 230 is 230 centimeters for one shirt. Now 3000 is 300 3000 centimeters of cloth that Mohini had in the beginning. So now we have to do this calculation. Let's cancel what we can. I can cancel this 0 and this 0. So now we have 1 into 300. The numerator 1 into 300 is 300, and in the denominator we have 23. So now we have to divide 300 by 23. So let's do that. 300 divided by 23. So let's take 30. So it is 23 ones are 23 minus, this is 2, 10 minus 3 is 7 and 0. We have 70. Now we need to write the tables of 23 and get a number close to 70. Let's try into 3. 3 3s are 9, 3 2s are 6. Yes, 69 is close. So 23 into 3 is 69. But then again we have a remainder here. Remainder is not 0. 10 minus 9 is 1. Now we can continue our division. How do we continue? By putting a point here, carrying that point up. Now here, after the point, you can put zeros. So let me put that 0 down. So I have 10. Now 23, when you're dividing 10 by 23, since it's smaller, I can put a 0 there and put one more 0 and bring that down. 100. So now we have 100. So let's get a number close to 100. 23 into 4. 4 3s are 12, carry 1. 4 2s are 8 plus 1, 9, 92. So 23 into 4 is 92. Now if you continue this, it will go on and on. So we will stop with 13.04. Now 13.04 shirts. Now we can't have 13.04 shirts. We must have a whole number, isn't it? Now 13 is the whole number. If we have to round it off to the whole number, we have to look at the number after the point. If the number after the point is less than 5, this will not change. So 13 will remain as it is because the number after the point is less than 5. So all those digits will now become zeros. So this is 13, or with 3000 centimeters of cloth, we are able to get 13 shirts. So let's write that down. We are able to get 13 shirts now. So we have answered the first part of our question, which says how many shirts in all can be made, and we have found the answer. With 3000 centimeters of cloth, we can make 13 shirts. Now we need to continue our question. And how much length of cloth will be left? So initially there was 3000 centimeters of cloth. Now 13 shirts have been made, so we need to know how much of cloth was used to make 13 shirts. So let's continue that. So length of cloth required to make one shirt, we already know it is 230 centimeters. So what will the length of cloth required to make 13 shirts be? It will be 230 into 13. So let's multiply that. 230 into 13. 0, 3 threes are 9, 3 twos are 6, then again a 0, 1 zeros are 0, 1 threes are 3, 1 twos are 2. Now let's add this up. So when you add, you get 9, 6 plus 3 is 9 and 2. So the cloth required to make 13 shirts is 2990 centimeters. Okay, now the question is how much of cloth is left? So, to find the cloth left, what should we do? We should see how much of cloth Mohini had in the beginning, isn't it? And how much of cloth she used up. When you subtract those two, you will get. So, cloth Mohini had in the beginning subtracted by cloth required to make 13 shirts will tell us how much of cloth is left. So, how much of cloth did Mohini have in the beginning? She had 3000 centimeters of cloth. And how much of cloth is required to make 13 shirts? We just found out 2990. So, let's subtract these two. So, 3000 centimeters minus 2990 centimeters. So let's subtract these two and see what we have. So here, let's borrow now. We have to borrow from here. So this is 10, 9, 10. 10 minus 9 is 1, 0 and 0. So the cloth left is 10 centimeters. So we've got both the answers. Our first answer was how many shirts were made, and we found out that 13 shirts were made. And now the other part is how much of cloth is left, and we found that there is 10 centimeters of cloth left. Question 13. The weight of a box is 4 kilograms 859 grams. What will be the approximate weight of 150 such boxes if we round off the weight of each box to 5 kg? So this is the weight given, but we've been asked to round it off to 5 kg and then find the approximate weight of 150 such boxes. So let's begin by writing the weight of one box given to us is 4 kilograms 859 grams. Now we have been asked to round it off, so we have only 5 kg. So instead of 4 kg 859 grams, we are writing 5 kg because we've been asked to round it off to 5 kg. Now we have to find the weight of 150 such boxes. So the weight of one box is 5 kg. The weight of 150 such boxes will be 150 boxes into 5 kg. So let's multiply this. 150 into 5. 5 zeros are 0, 5 fives are 25, carry 2, 5 ones are 5, 6, 7. So 750. So the approximate weight of 150 such boxes is 750 kilograms. So this is our answer. 750 kilograms. Question 14. The distance between two places A and B is 3 kilometers 760 meters. A boy travels from A to B and then B to A every day. How much distance does he travel in 8 days? So what's given to us? The distance between two places A and B is given to us. It is 3 kilometers 760 meters. And then they're telling us that the boy travels from A to B and B to A every day. That means what is the distance between A and B and B and A? That will be 3 kilometers 760 meters is the distance between A and B. And B to A also will be the same thing, isn't it? So we have to multiply this whole thing by 2. When you multiply this by 2, you will know how much that is. So let's multiply that. So we can have 3 kilometers and meters, 3 kilometers, 760 meters. We can multiply it by 2. So 0, 2 6s are 12, carry 1, 2 7s are 14, plus 1 15, carry 1, 2 3s are 6, plus 1 7. So we have 7 kilometers, 520 meters. This is the distance between A to B and B to A. That means this is the distance that the boy travels every day. So the distance traveled in one day is 7 kilometers, 520 meters. This is the distance traveled in just one day. Now we have been asked to find the distance he travels in 8 days. That means 7 kilometers, 520 meters, which is one day, into 8 will give us 8 days. So let's multiply that. Again, we have kilometers and meters. 7 520 multiplied by 8. So 8 zeros are 0, 8 twos are 16, carry 1, 8 fives are 40, plus 1 41, carry 4, 8 sevens are 56, plus 4 is 60. So the distance he travels every day is 60 kilometers and 160 meters. You can convert it all to meters or all to kilometers. Now, if I have to convert it all into meters, 1 kilometer is 1000 meters. So 60 kilometers will be 60,000 plus 160 meters. So this will give me 60,160 meters. So this time my answer is in meters. Now the first time my answer is in kilometers and meters. Now it is only in meters. So you can write one of these answers. Both are the same. So this is the distance he traveled in 8 days. Question 15. An oil tin contains 6 liters and 60 milliliters of oil. How many identical bottles, identical means similar bottles, can this oil fill if capacity of each bottle is 30 milliliters? Okay, so let's begin by writing what's given to us. So first one, quantity of oil in a tin is 6 liters and 60 milliliters. This is what is given to us in the question. Then what else is given to us? Capacity of each bottle is given to us, which is 30 milliliters. Now since one is in milliliters and the other one unit is liters and milliliters, let's convert it all to one unit. So we'll convert this to milliliters. So let's do that. So we're going to convert 6 liters and 60 milliliters now into milliliters. 1 liter has 1000 milliliters in 1 liter. So 6 liters will be 6000, isn't it? 1 liter is 1000. So 6 liters will be 6000 milliliters. Now what about this one? This is already in milliliters. So we simply have to add it by putting it in the right place. 60 has to be put there, isn't it? Now let's add up these. So we have 0, 6, 0, 6, that is 6060 milliliters. So the quantity of oil in a tin in the first step is going to write it as 6060 milliliters. Okay, now here the question is how many bottles? We're going to count the number of bottles that this oil can fill. Okay, so how do we find that? Number of bottles that can be filled will be 6060 divided by 30. So we divide these two and then we know how many bottles can be filled. So let's do that division. So we have 6060 divided by 30. So we're going to take 60. We're taking only the 60 first. So here 30 twos are 60. So 30 into 2 is 60 minus 0. We bring down the next number. 6 is smaller than 30, so we put a 0 and bring down the next number, which is 0. Now we have 60. 32s are 60. So we've got a remainder 0 and we've got our quotient. Our quotient is 202. That means the number of bottles that can be filled is 202. Question 16. The sale receipt of a company in a certain was 83,73,540 rupees. In the following year, it decreased by 7,84,670 rupees. Now we have to answer two questions. First one, what was the sale receipt of the company during the following year? So we only know that in the following year it decreased by so much, but we don't know what it was during that year. So we need to find that first. Second, we have to find the total sale receipt of the company during these 2 years. So this part is easy. To find the total sale receipt, we just have to add the sale receipt during 1 year and the sale receipt during the following year. So let's begin by answering the first one. What was the sale receipt of the company during the following year? First step, sale receipt of a company in a certain year. What was the sale receipt? How much was the amount? It was 83,73,540. Then decrease in sale receipt the following year. What was the decrease? It's given to us in the question. That was 7 lakh. So we need to put it in the right place. 7,84,670. Now, we have been asked to find the sale receipt of the company during this particular year, this year. We only know it decreased so much. So what was the sale receipt during this year? So what do we have to do? We just have to subtract it from the total. Then we'll know how much the sale receipt was during that year. So let's do that. The sale receipt of the company during the following year, we are going to subtract these two. 0 minus 0, 0, 4 minus 7 we can't do. We need to borrow from here. So this becomes 4 and this is 14. 14 minus 7 is 7. Then again we need to borrow. So we're going to borrow from here 2 and 14. 14 minus 6, 8. Then again we need to borrow from here. So this becomes 6 and this is 12. 12 minus 4 is 8. Now 6 minus 8 again you can't do, so borrow. 16 minus 8 is 8. Then we have 2 minus 7. Again we need to borrow from here. 12 minus 7. 12 minus 7 is 5 and 7. So what do we have? We have 75,88,870 rupees. So this is the sale receipt of the company during the following year. So we have found this and we already know for a certain year how much it is. So now we can answer our second question. What was the total sale receipt of the company during these 2 years? So let's do that. So the sale receipt of a company in a certain year. That is what is already given to us in the question is 83 lakh 73,540. Then the sale receipt of the company the following years, what we just found out, which is 75 lakh 88,870. Now we have to find the total sale receipt of the company during these 2 years, and that is done by adding. So now let's add up these two. So this is plus. So 0. 4 plus 7 is 11. Carry 1. 5 plus 1 is 6. 6 plus 8 is 14. Carry 1. 3 plus 1 is 4. 4 plus 8 is 12. Carry 1. 7 plus 1 is 8. 8 plus 8 is 16. Carry 1. 3 plus 1 is 4. 4 plus 5 is 9. And 8 plus 7 is 15. So this is rupees. Now let's place our commas to read the number. So what do we have here? 1 crore 59 lakh 62,410 is the total sale receipt of the company during the 2 years. So now let's write the final answer. The sale receipt of the company during the following year was, this is what we found out first. Now write the unit rupees, 75 lakh 88,870 870. The second question was, what is the total sale receipt of the company during these 2 years? And that also we found out to be 1 crore 59 lakh 62,410 rupees. Question 17. A number exceeds 8,59,470 by 3,999. What is this number? So we're going to find out the number that is more than this number by 3,999. So let the number be x. Now to find x, we know that x is more than this number. So let's write down that number, 8,59,470. It is more than this by 3,999. That means we need to add it here. When you add up this, you will know the value of x. So let's add up these two numbers, 8,59,470, and here we have 3,999. So let's add up these two numbers. 0 plus 9 is 9, 7 plus 9 is 16, carry 1, 4 plus 1 is 5, 5 plus 9 is 14, carry 1, 9 plus 1 is 10, carry 1, 5 plus 1 is 6, and 8 plus 3 is 11. So what is our number? Let's place the comma. So now our number is 11,60,469. So the number that we've been asked to find is 11,60,469. Question 18. Estimate the product of 5,273 and 1,208 by rounding off each number to the nearest 100. Okay, let's just take the first part of the question and work that out. So first step is rounding off these two numbers to the nearest 100 and then estimating the product. Product means you multiply. So let's begin with that first. So 5,273 to the nearest 100. I hope all of you remember how to round off numbers. So this is ones, tens and hundreds. We have ones, tens and hundreds. In the hundreds place we have 2, and to the right of 2 we have 7, which is more than 5. So 2 that is underlined will now change to 3. So we have 5,300 here. Now in the place of 7 and 3 we're going to have 2 zeros. So we have rounded off 5,273 to 5,300. Now we have to do the same thing here. Round off 1,208 to the nearest 100. In the hundreds place we have 2. To the right we have a digit that's less than 5. So 2 will remain the same. So 1, 2, and the other two digits will now become 2 zeros. Now we have to find the product, the estimated product. That means we have to multiply 5,300 into 1,200. So let's do that multiplication. So 5,300 into 1,200. Multiplication by numbers ending in zeros is very easy. So for the time being, we're going to ignore the zeros and multiply 53 into 12. 2 3s are 6, 2 5s are 10. Then the second step, we begin with a 0. 1 3s are 3, 1 5s are 5. So now we finish this, we're going to add this up. So 6, 3, 1 plus 5 is 6. Now we're going to add all the zeros. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 4 zeros. Now let's place commas in the right places. Commas will come there. So now what is our answer? 63,60,000. So let me write it here. 63,60,000 is the estimated product. So we have got the estimated product. So we have done the first part. Now let's read the question. Now calculate the actual product of the two numbers. So let's do that also. Actual product means we are going to take these two numbers. We are not going to round them off. We're going to multiply these two. So let's do that now. So the actual product will be 5,273 into 1,208. So let's do that multiplication. 5,273 into 1,208. 8 threes are 24, carry 2. 8 sevens are 56, plus 2 is 58, carry 5. 8 twos are 16, plus 5 is 21, carry 2. 8 fives are 40, plus 2 is 42. So we finished the first step. Now let's go on to the second step. Now second step, we begin with a 0, and as you can see, we are multiplying by 0, so this whole step will be zeros. Now let's go on to the third step where we are going to multiply by 2. So third step will begin with 2 zeros, and let's multiply with 2. 2 threes are 6. 2 sevens are 14, carry 1. 2 twos are 4, plus 1 is 5, and 2 fives are 10. So we've got 10 here, and we finished with 2 also. So now we are going to multiply with 1, and this is the fourth step. That means we're going to start with 3 zeros. In the first step, we didn't have any zeros. Second step, we started with 1 0. Third step with 2 zeros. Fourth step with 3 zeros. Now we're going to multiply with 1. 1 into 3 is 3, into 7 is 7, into 2 is 2, into 5 is 5. Now let's add up all this. 4, then 8, 1 plus 6 is 7, 2 plus 4 is 6, 6 plus 3 is 9, 4 plus 5 is 9, 9 plus 7 is 16, carry 1, 1 plus 2 is 3, and 1 plus 5 is 6. So what do we have here? We have the actual product. So let's place the commas and read the number. 63,69,784. So let's write that down. 63,69,784 is the actual product. So we did the second part of the question also. Calculate the actual product of the two numbers. Now what is the final question? Find the difference between the actual product and the estimate. So we're going to find the difference between this, which is the actual product, and the estimate or the estimated product, which is this number. So let's do that. So the actual product is 63,69,784. This is the actual product. Now, which is the estimated product? 63,60,000. This is the estimated product. Now, we have been asked to find the difference. That means we have to subtract. Now, let's subtract 4, then 8, 7, 9, 6 minus 6 is 0, 3 minus 3 is 0, again 6 minus 6 is 0. So we have found the difference to be 9,784. So we've got all our answers. So first we found the estimated product, then we found the actual product, and then we found the difference. With this, children, we come to the end of this exercise. Thank you, children.